And we are live with Barbie and the devil and some spandex.
Dude, what is wrong with you? You never ever tell a deep secret to a man because they're not gonna keep it. And they say women are the one who cannot keep a secret. Eric, you know better.
Right.
It's okay. I'm an open book. Everybody can know it's all cinched in here.
All right. Fantastic. And we are joined by Erin Ramsey, Susan Ibitz, who have the show Barbie and the Devil. We wanted to do something light for New Year's Eve and discuss the show, discuss dating, discuss New Year's and havoc. So we'll start off on this. Erin.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Oh, well, we had a little matchmaker, and that matchmaker, Cupid, was you.
Oh my.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
I'm guessing it was the face reading.
Yes. So you had me on your show. I got to submit my face, and Susan read it, and it was like love at first sight. I mean, I swiped right. She swiped right. It's a match. I mean, it's been the longest relationship I've had in a very long time. And I don't know. It seems to be going well.
Well, okay. So how did this show come about?
Oh, first of all, Eric, we have something to tell you. No, Erin? Regarding the name of the show. Dating is crazy, but we are craziest. You nailed it. You're right.
She might be crazier than I am, though.
Oh,
I don't know. We'll find out who's really the devil, too.
If you watch the show, you're going to find out. Then I look like the devil. But that blondie Malibu, oh my God, don't even get me started.
She's talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about you, love.
I'm innocent.
Yeah, is that your halo?
It is my halo.
Yeah. I think the show's named Barbie and the Devil, not Angel and the Devil.
Well, I'm a little bit of both.
Devil or Barbie?
I'm a little bit of an angel and a Barbie. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell my
I'm
wife
more like
I'm
Legally
angel.
Blonde, but the devil doesn't know who Legally Blonde is. She's never heard of Elle Woods.
Okay.
You either?
Oh, I've heard of that. Didn't she go to law school or something?
She did. Yeah, she went to Harvard.
Okay.
He knows more about romantic movies than I know. I'm in trouble.
Well, that one was pretty mainstream, so.
Yeah.
I didn't know the movie. She says like, "Oh, I look like this scene of Barbie of Legally Blonde." Like, what? It says, "You never saw Legally Blonde?" Like, no. I like Fast and the Furious. I like The Driver. I like I don't know, Rocky. I like all the like dude movies. I don't like pinky crime movies. I never saw them. I saw two for Erin, and I literally call her and curse and like, dude, never ever put me on this again. I will not gonna do it. If you want this show to work, you not make me watch these movies. Please don't do it.
Oh, come on. You're not watching them?
Won't do it.
Be fun to have you review it?
Yes.
It's her job. You know what is her job on the weekend? Watch all the junk TV possible. And we have meetings, production meetings on Monday, because believe it or not, the show required a lot of production to know what is going on. So she gives me the tips on Monday. I review all the material and I prepare it, because we have really divided. And I always says, this show become as an alter ego for both. Barbie played the role of Barbie, and I played the role of the devil. But Barbie is the business head of this show, because this is not only a show; it's a business. We have a hotline, we have a website, we have classes, we have webinars. Our first webinar is January 20th, and we're going to talk about the science of love. So she's the business side, I'm the devil side, I'm more maybe the technical part, but we divide things. So every Monday we have a meeting that's supposed to be an hour. We ended up talking about BS for like 3 hours and having fun.
Okay, Erin, tell me about your course.
Our course? Ooh. Well, we have a few courses put together, but the first one we're launching is The Science of Love. It's on January 20th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we are going to talk about, the chemicals in your brain and what makes you fall in love with somebody. And when you break up with them, why it's so difficult.
Okay, so you're going into dopamine, serotonin, and
Well, don't give away all
Oxytocin.
the secrets.
oh yeah, sure. And so how does that work together with Susan, who I know does body language reading, physiognomy, and I believe graphology soon, and movement analysis. So you're discussing the internal, which is essentially the chemical reactions of people talking to each other, Erin. And
well, yes, but I'm like everything you just said, it like hit my halo. Those are some big words.
Physiognomy is face reading.
Oh, well, come on, Erin, you speak in layman's terms.
Well, I want to be specific because a lot of people think phrenology is face reading, but phrenology is head shape reading and was used as a racist thing back in the 1800s, etc., to say, oh, your shape was a certain thing, so you're mongoloidish and therefore you're retarded, and it was used to hold up.
Yeah,
really bad policy.
Good that you clarify. I don't do phrenology, and what I do is a step forward from face reading. What do I do is face reading profiling. So I profile your personality based in the face reading, and I know how to approach you. And after that, we talk about a forensic linguistic analysis. We talk about microexpression and body language. And the idea to put these classes together, and like what the heck a profiler is doing with a serial dater, and that is the funny of the show. The show come up as a necessity. Do you know what are the three professions more waiting list today? Psychiatrists and psychologists, plastic surgeons. Believe it or not, 25% of plastic surgeons grow up because people is watching their face all the time. And the third one are divorce lawyers. I have more friends breaking up and going to the dating scene on a pandemic than I never saw before. So we start talking about like, we have the same experience. Even though we have 11 years of different, I'm the oldest one. We both were married. We were independent women. We know what we want. We are not going to give up. And we have the experience the life give you. You don't have the experience at 20, 30, 40, or 50, and has to do with your life. So we decide to combine the two crafts. So she gave the feminine part and the objective part, and like how you need to take your pictures, how you need to present yourself, what are the sweet words you need to use. I'm too aggressive, I'm coming too blunt, I'm coming too raw. So if, for example, she set me on a speed dating, guess what? I get stood up, nobody show up. Because at my age, supposedly, you only get hooked up with guys on the 30s. So you become a cougar. Cougar. So she make me open all these dating apps. Guess what? All the guys who hit on me are in their 30s. Like, what the heck? So we talking
There's
about
no problem with that.
Yeah,
it's the problem with me. I don't want. You know what? I don't change pamper, honey. So we going through experience. We go into speed dating. We go into the apps. We going through things that happen in our life, and we express that. And something that we weren't expecting is when we open the email, and now we have our website running as barbieandthedevil.com, and we have a hotline where you can get your opinions or call us or tell us topics. That the number is 312-554-5779. Again, 312-554-5779. And I have a big sign who says the phone number because we just get it. When people start calling us and says, you know what? My boyfriend want to watch porno. I watch porno, but I'm afraid to watch it with him. Or I have certain fantasies and I don't know how to talk to my partner. And we have been married or in a relationship for 10 years. And I don't know how to bring that because it's new. I'm exploring. So
what was the answer to the first one?
Watching porno?
Yeah.
Okay, because we put studies together beside, we take it in a funny way because we think it's a better way for people dealing with the stress of COVID. Like, again, we have domestic violence, so we take all these topics on. But what happened with porno is women and men watch porno, the same porno video, the same amount of time, and they get less aroused. So they need to change and start watching a new one. So what happened with the brain is we need different stimulus, and men are visually in a certain way and women in another way. The problem is men incorporate porno on the relationship as a way to be playful. Women are like, are you aroused by another woman or myself? And instead to like, okay, tell me about it. Tell me why you want to do it. Let's explore. Let's talk about communication. So talking about the topic and from the men perspective point and the women perspective point, and look for a point of encounter, when instead to be a problem is a solution for something that maybe you never explore. After you have kids, the daily routine, living under the same roof and looking on the same person for 10 years, do you know the men between the month 18 to 36 months of a relationship, the peak of interest going down? So they need another stimulus. Women are more concentrated in being wife and professional and being the mom, but men need different stimulus. It's nothing wrong. We just need to get in the middle and talk about those topics. So everything that is taboo, now you have a hotline when you can leave your ideas, you can send an email, and we bring experts. For example, we are talking with a woman who does a bondage. She's a dominatrix. And when I get encounter with her, by the way, is the daughter of one of my friends. We were talking and like, do you know, it has nothing to do with sex, has to do, and 99% of my clients are guys who are extremely, extremely powerful. But in some point, they need to feel that somebody else take control of their life because everybody around them are afraid of them, including their partners. And most people think that when a woman is a dominatrix, it's a whore. Like she says, I never had sex with my partners. She's married with 3 kids. So we're going to talk about playful things that you can incorporate in your sex life, in your life, even under the pandemic, to spice it up. It's better to save the relationship you have instead to looking for green pastures under the perception that every relationship out there is great. Everybody who's married look at you when it's single like, oh my God, I wish I was single. And you look at them like, I wish I knew better, and try to save some of the relationships that I have because they're worth it, but I didn't have the tools.
Okay, so Erin, what is your background coming into this? I know you're such a catch.com, and how do you come about it? Like I said before, Susan is all the body language and everything else. I don't know much about you.
You don't know much about me? Well, I would love to tell you about myself. So
well, that's it. It's a charm, right?
Yeah, you want my dating bio. So I was married many, many moons ago. I got married at a very young age. I think it was 26. Great friends, you you didn't know any better back then, we just went out, we had fun, we drank and partied, and I thought that was, what it was all about. And then, 3 years into our marriage, he said he didn't want to be married, didn't want to have children, and I want those 2 things. And so I became single and had to, get over a divorce, which is when you are successful at pretty much everything you ever put your mind to, and then you fail or your marriage doesn't work out, it puts you in this weird mindset. So I had to basically get back to my roots, figure out who Erin was, what Erin wanted, and then also be vulnerable enough to put myself back out there. And it was a different world because apps weren't around when I met my, ex-husband. And so I had to really dive in, and I've tried every app. I have tried making things an app that aren't an app, for dating. Tried to find love on Nextdoor, tried to find love, on, gosh, pretty much anything. But yeah, I've been single for at least 5 years now. And what I realized is that a lot of my girlfriends are in the same boat as I am. They're smart, they're funny, they've got good jobs, they're successful. They're just missing that one thing, and that's love. And where is it? Where is he? And I think that's the question that I would like to solve. So that's why I'm willing to be a guinea pig and try anything and everything, including being on YouTube and being like, hi, I'm single. Slide into my DMs.
Okay. And have they slid into your DMs from the show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So now a question on that, you're looking for love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you both find love. There's the quandary that it's more interesting when you're having troubles.
If she got pregnant, she cannot be on the show. I told her she's not going to be talking about dating with a big belly.
It's okay. I want to have a surrogate anyway, so also slide in my DMs if you want to do that. But here's the thing, like, I feel like as much as you have struggles as a single person, it doesn't change when you meet like the one. You have new struggles. I mean, Susan just brought up a lot of them. You know, you hit a point in time where you kind of like plateau and you've got to keep things, you know, fresh. And I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like a continuous cycle.
Okay.
Do you know what's one of the things that surprises the most, Eric? And when Eric and Aaron, Eric, like, I'm gonna mess it up with the names. We know that. You know me. So I tell Erin, I have the feeling that most of our audience are gonna be men. Like, nah, guess what? In the last 3 shows, 80% of our audience are men. And instead to coming with kinky questions are like, I don't know how to talk to my girlfriend. I've been married for 10 years and my wife is only paying attention to the kids. And I don't know how to express my needs because she's overwhelmed. And it was refreshing to see men put in the effort. Besides, again, we make it funny, we make it kinky with all the things that you can put in a show, because at the end of the day, it's a show. That men asking questions that like make us like with Erin, like, oh, shoot. So we are consulting with psychologists, sexologists, and psychiatrists, and people who knows more than we know. So we bring the science to help others to conquer what they like. But with Erin, like, wow, so many men are asking for questions, and most of them do it anonymously. So what the sad part is, women, we get together, we have a drink, and like, oh, I have this problem with my boyfriend. Okay, let's get Brazilian wax. We're gonna get lingerie. You're gonna lose weight. But men, they don't have those conversations. They are afraid to talk to other men, because we ask some of the audience, why are you asking us? And like, what am I going to tell my friends that I'm 60, I'm thinking to take Viagra or take my wife, or like talking about what treason to spark things or to watch porno? Like, my kids are in college. I'm a grandfather. How am I going to talk to that about my wife after 35 years of marriage? So it's good to know the men are reaching out to learn more. It's sad they don't have a space to do it.
And you provide a relaxed enough non-judgmental space. Is that the trick?
There is no judgment here. There is no judgment, and everything is a learning opportunity. Trust me, I've been the #1 student. I say I'm the teacher's pet.
Okay, speaking of that, we're in COVID times, and I think that everybody is very concerned or wondering, how do you deal? And I'm speaking for myself in the sense that I drive by and I just think about people. Like, I'm very lucky. My very, very smart Leslie, who pointed out earlier, nothing's wrong with the younger guy.
Leslie. She told me yesterday she's going to be on the show. I told you so.
Exactly. I am so fortunate. I get to come home with her. And honestly, I'm already a homebody, and all I do is go home and go to the store. I don't have to drive into work. I work at home now.
Yeah, we saw your videos on the car, Eric. We need to talk about the lighting.
There you go. But honestly, it doesn't bother us because we're already homebodies. But what about people who are single, who literally are going through lockdowns right now? I think you're in LA, Erin, right?
Yeah.
And the loneliness factor has to be a giant concern. So how do you tolerate that? How do you recommend people cope with that? We'll start with that.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, since I'm going through it personally, like, I will admit there are days. Oh, that's very sweet. See, I want that. I want that.
Oh my God.
It's like a rom-com right in front of us. I love it.
Oh, don't go so mushy. You're going to give me diabetes. We talk about it. So for the ones who haven't seen the show that Eric did, I don't know if it's only for members, so I'm probably going to put my foot in your mouth. So when Leslie and Eric were together and I asked how you met, oh my God, he went to the library, he never returned it. So probably the FBI is looking for you because you stole Leslie for the library and never returned her. It's so sweet. He went to look for a book, he found the love of his life. Come on, that is, we should have you both as a guest on the show, Barbie.
Oh my God.
Definitely. The story is amazing.
I love hearing a love story because honestly, like everybody meets in such a different ways. Like it just keeps you hopeful. You know what I mean? Like you went to the library and met her. I love that.
She's librarian. She's
Uh,
library director now. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So like a sexy librarian with glasses.
Oh, no.
Little
You
pencil
see who's the
skirt.
naughty? Okay, let's be clear. Now we can clear who's the naughty one. I keep things on track here.
Oh,
No, that's
shoot.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So we are talking about loneliness and
Yes. Yes. Let's get back to loneliness. No, I mean, honestly, like I'm living it, right? So it isn't easy. And I'd be lying if I said that every day was a cakewalk. But what I will say is that there are so many new ways to connect with people.
Mhm.
And I know people are sick of the screen time, but honestly, like last night I participated in a Zoom and it just uplifted my spirits just to see everybody's face and just to catch up. But I mean, I've tried speed dating. I did the speed dating, for singles, not only in LA, but
yeah, you have a
I
hot dentist,
did.
right?
Well, mhm.
But the dentist?
he was far from hot, but but he was a dentist. That is a fact. Yes. But no, I mean, the one like very cool thing about right now is distance doesn't matter. And in LA, distance usually matters. Like normally you have your radius on your app set to like 5 miles because anything greater will take you hours to get there, during traffic and everything. But now we have the opportunity to open our apps up to the entire country and connect and, meet people that you might not normally meet. I've met some of my best friends, closest friends, people like who, I confide in and vice versa in COVID.
Okay.
And in the other hand, we, I don't want to, it's not to go to the commercial part, but we are developing classes based on the needs of our audience. So when we launched the show on Thanksgiving weekend. And we says, okay, we're going to take a month to be funny and go all over the place and see what the audience is looking for. So we have been asking like body language for video. So she went to speed dating. Again, I get stood. Nobody show up. And the only one who show up were like, they can be, if I was too promiscuous, can be my kids. No way, it's not going to happen. So I didn't participate. But the point is, like, guys don't get it together. They're using their cell phone. They don't shaving. You can see the dirty dishes on the back, or they do it on the bedroom. And like, I don't want to see the stuff is done on the bedroom. Why I see 5 bunnies on your bed? So you have 5 unclose relationships. So we are developing classes and we are developing information based on the needs. So actually having a video dating and taking longer to know each other is allowing you to ask the questions and have more information instead to, I see you, I like you, my pheromones are working, I kiss you, and a week later, like, oh, you're an asshole because you break my heart. Like, he's never was there. Your pheromones and your hormones and your situation wet. But this allows the opportunity to ask the right questions and narrow what we need, what we want, and what is the reality that we can have. And in the other side too. So in the second part, we are doing a class on how to date with mask, because believe it or not, this is not a venereal disease that you use protection and you're okay. So how you kiss.
So the bottom's not covered and the top is.
Yeah. So now you need to have double cover. And like we have people say, how we kiss? Like, well, start kissing the hand, kiss the forehead with the mask. I know it's horrible. You cannot see the smile and you have the perception, if I don't see your mouth, I don't see your face. So we are start working on like how you work your micro expression and make it macro. So when you're laughing, like, and when you're like, really? So teaching people how to hold the expressions so the other person brain can get it, but work and ask the right question. Maybe this, instead to be a problem, is an opportunity to go deeper in things that maybe in person, so many factors there where it take place, and you have the chance to see who the other person is really, because it's not lying, no green screen, that's who you are, the color of the world. Barbie and I, we were talking about when she did the first speed dating, like I was watching on the color of the walls, the art they have, the books they have on the background, the color of the sofa, to see if so many things that are match that you wouldn't have the opportunity until you don't go to the house of the person you're trying to date. So instead to look at this for a problem, maybe it's a way to not to jump on relationship or not to jump in situations and be more aware and like, wait a minute, this gives me another opportunity.
That was actually a point I was going to ask, is if the forced distance caused a more of a friendship to develop, or potentially getting to know somebody more over time. Like, I've kind of changed my mind about something. I used to think that arranged marriages were the worst things ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I've come to the conclusion that there's actually a case to be made for them, because most arranged marriages that work, not everything works, but they tend to get together and have to learn to love each other over time. So it's like a slow burn versus a modern, as you put it, the pheromones are high, everything's hot and heavy. And then who is this person anyway? Whereas with the arranged marriages, typically the families are a similar stratus. The values tend to be the same because of, just the way people are raised. They are likely to have similar interests or backgrounds and cultures and things of that sort.
It happened with Orthodox Judaism, Orthodox Muslims. Their families agree because they like each other. So we assuming that the kids are raised under the same circumstances, so they're going to be more compatible. Sure, so this, this is a way that, I don't only like your rack, or I like your body, or I like your perfume. Don't take me wrong. At some point, you need to get it real, and you need to smell the person, and you need to feel that electricity running your back, because that's when you really know. Because everybody look ready, writing papers and resumes and dating. Everybody lie. Men are taller.
Well, not to you, right?
Not to me, but all the men are taller, all the women are younger, and all the women are thinner. Like,
okay, and folks, as I just said, not to her, and then she said, and of course, I go home alone.
Because when I look at it, like, dude, you were 6'2", now you're 5'5", like, I'm sorry, how the hell looking down? Like, I'm not gonna grow 5 inches between, like, so what I'm saying is, there's perception that we put out there, and like what says, do not lie in your dating profile, because you're setting my expectations, and I feel like there's not. That is not that I get deceived or disappointed with you. It's that you build expectations. They are not real. So if I need to know the real you, it's better in the beginning. Again, I like tall men. If you're shorter, it's not going to work. I have a perception that I need to look up on you. It's nothing wrong. Everybody have their standards. At 50, believe me, your standard doesn't change. You're not going to change either. So when you get in on online dating and you need to assume, I can talk to you, and without the nervousness, who's going to be late? I need to do my walk. Like, every girl out there know this. When you go to a first date, why you rolling your eyes? Okay, I'm going to tell you the technique. You do the walk. What you do? You take your taxi, Uber, Lyft, whatever you use in your city, not driving the first date. Another thing, we talk about measurement. We're talking about with people and sexual assault, and we have police and FBI said it in our show. We're going to talk about that. So never drive in your first date, and never allow anybody to pick you up or drop you on the first date. Uber, make the Uber driver wait for you. Give them $10, says that you're going to give the 5 stars. Make sure the person is looking at you when you get in your house. Women and men, both. So you do the walk. You get out of the taxi. You show one leg, you show the other one, make sure they look great, put a lot of oil on it. So high heels.
If you put enough oil on it, you're going to slide out of the seat onto the street.
You need to know how to do it. You mix oil with cream, so make sure it's not too much shiny, and you mix shiny. And even though, do you know women put blush on the cleavage to make it look pumpy? Yeah.
You know what I put there? Baby powder. Because this is sweaty.
So it's a lot of information for you, but you do the walk. So you get to the restaurant or the bar, you take your jackets in the most elegant way. You put your jacket in one hand, to handbag in another one, and like, what is this asshole? Okay, great. I need to make the walk and make sure the floor is not slippery. That is your first impression. Now you take all that pressure away because you're just sitting on your counter and turn on the computer. Oy vey, thank God.
I have never done those things. That's probably my problem.
Oh,
Well,
honey,
again,
it requires a production.
You're going home with the date half the time. So, I'm just saying.
Well, I don't know if that's good or bad.
My wife Leslie pointed this out, actually. I thought it was a hilarious story, but she was right. It was in early years of dating, she talked to somebody and she's like, I just don't understand it. What's wrong with all these men and all that? And, I look at them in the eyes and they go away. And the guy talking to her said, yeah, you look at them in the eyes. You don't look like prey. So,
No, but people doesn't understand. Now some guys, like, by the way, guys, it's nothing wrong with exfoliating and a little concealer under your eyes when you're doing video. Like, yeah, your skin is important, but all the effort and all the thing in your head when you're going on the first date, like it's happened to me that I get too early and says to my taxi driver, wait, we need to wait 5 minutes. Why? Like, I cannot get out of the taxi. Get around the corner. I need to be 5 minutes late to make sure that he's there because I'm not going to ruin my first walk. So I do the walk. So I always use the same dress, the same makeup, the same jewelry, the same shoes, because I know that I'm not going to fail. I'm training on those shoes and I know I'm going to make a good impression. And because it's a dress, it's only one shoulder. You can see my spider tattoo. So don't mess with me.
Ooh.
And it's a mess. It's a dress like the Roman dresses, so cover my body. So if by any chance I get any gluten, because I'm allergic to gluten and my belly get bigger, it doesn't show in a sexy dress. So everything is calculated. It's a work.
Everything is not calculated over here. Mm-mm.
I need to get some
If I
Etsy.
wore the same outfit, I would probably run into a guy I went on a date with, like on Tuesday, on a Thursday, when I was on a date with somebody else.
And you probably wouldn't know.
You need to
He would not even know. I promise you that. And if he did, then you're a beard.
Oh, exactly, but I can attract a gay really easy.
Well, you need to keep an Excel. First date.
An Excel
date.
spreadsheet?
Yeah. Oh, you never did the experiment 7 dates and 7 dates in 7 days?
No.
Oh, I did the experiment a couple of times. None of them stick. That was great. So the easy one was like, I used the same dress, the same bartender. And he's like, you again, like, I have 7 this week. So be patient with me. So
Hey,
I did the experiment.
You want to get tips? Shut up.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, one of the things that I hate about Chicago closing is the bar that I went all my life for dating. And even when I'm boring on Saturday with my laptop and I was training Charlie, is this bar closed. It was a really classy place, not a lot of music, so you can talk. I sit on the bar. So when I finish my drink and my part, the dating that I have, asked for another drink, he knew that he can never pour my drink again until I come back from the bathroom. So I talked to him. It's like, I'm single. I'm a profiler. I know how this happened. This is how going to happen. And I teach him in exchange how to get more tips. So Charlie texts me like 6 months ago and says, you know what? We're close. He's like, no, you can't. Where am I going to be dating? I need to make relationship. I'm going to let you know what other bar I'm going. But I went one day and says, like, I'm single. I'm trying to start dating again. I know safety. These and these are the pots. I give it some tips. And every time that I went, I give it tips. And I make a safe place. So we are on the pandemic. If the vaccine coming and is going to come and we're going to go back to dating again, safety is something that people don't take attention. Do you know that most serial killers are related to dating and lure you in dating situations? Sure. Do you know the most aggression situation happen with people that you know? So it's not to scare you, it's to be careful. It can happen to the 20s. Dirty John. She was 58 when she got lured by him and was her 5th marriage. He got killed when he was trying to kill her younger daughter. So, and she was successful, attractive, loaded of money, and she fell for a con man. And you know how many men they are afraid to go to the FBI to say, like, yeah, I met somebody online and she told me she loved me. She want to come to visit me, but she live in another country. So if I get the ticket, like blah, 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 $5,000 they're missing on the account.
Well, isn't that the whole premise of 90 Day Fiancé?
Yeah, which I love. I'm obsessed with.
She put me on that with, I'm like, what the heck? Okay,
It's like
I'm
my
gonna
favorite.
order shampoo and a boyfriend on a mail. Like, what the heck?
All right, I want to get some chats through here really quickly.
Hey,
Samantha,
Samantha, how you doing?
she's a member of the channel and absolute
Aw.
sweetheart.
She's
I'm so loved
lovely.
up. I know what makes us both tick, but on the whole, I'm not incredibly physical. It's more of a mental / partnership supportive thing. Is that wrong? Seems to work.
Sapiosexual.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm a sapiosexual. The
For
older I get.
For the ones who doesn't know, sapiosexual is somebody who is aroused by your intellect. So the person can be maybe not the top magazine of EQ, but it is stimulating you mentally and intellectually, and you share things with that person. I was listening to Improm the other day, and it's this woman who is amazing. She is a Korean woman, and she was saying, like, when you see a tall Chinese woman, super attractive with a short man, says, like, girl, can you have your eyes so smaller? Like, no. Sometimes you see one of the person is extremely attractive, and the other one maybe under the eyes of the public is not. Well, maybe that person is giving that amazing human things that nobody else give. And at the end of the day,
there's another reason too. Because I've known a lot of guys, and you'll see a lot of them who would be deemed ugly by many. And when it comes to extremely attractive women, guys are intimidated. Whereas the ones who you put are short, or they're this or that, they're always turned down. They don't care, so they go for it. And half of the time, they're with somebody, quote, stunning, because they actually knocked on the door. They actually tried. And there are some women who are quite stunning who feel like they're not, because men blow them off. So I don't want to step on, but I think that is another reason.
And
too.
Men get intimidated. Men and women get intimidated to approach certain people because they look more attractive or more successful. But the point is, nobody approached them. And
Sure.
At the end of the day, the things that you need, as the needs of the Haslow hierarchy of needs, or human needs, or whatever you need, sometimes they're not complemented by a beautiful. I have beautiful shoes. I don't sleep with my shoes. I use it once in a while. So it's the same. You can have somebody who's perfect, but at the end of the day, after a certain time, how many times you can have sex on the counter? How many times, like, sometimes you forget to walk. So you need somebody who like you and love you with all the things.
The counter could be a really good angle. You know, I mean, maybe
I need to talk to Leslie. I need to talk to Leslie. Come up on this. Come on in the show. Come on, leave the kitchen and come on to the show. We need to talk. But sapiosexual has to do with, again, between 18 and 36 months after your relationship, the sexual desire go down, and what it meant, what it stayed is, yeah, Leslie say on the kitchen. I knew you were in the kitchen. I already know you, girl. So it coming down, but the important is, like, the same way that people have, I have 10,000 followers on Facebook. Okay, the last time you have a flu, who bring you chicken soup to your house? Nobody. So you're alone.
Sure. And Bill Jones states that he thinks if them hormones are raging, the last thing people are going to be thinking about is COVID-19 mask. I tend to agree.
Yeah.
I tend to agree.
That's a huge problem.
Really why it's still spreading. But I was going to say, in regards to, like, also the sapiosexual thing, I don't know if Samantha watched, Love is Blind, but that was such a huge hit at the beginning of COVID, and that was all based on meeting, somebody without seeing them physically. So it was the first dating show that had, people in separate pods. They weren't allowed to see what each other looked like. They could only build a relationship based upon their voice and, an emotional connection. Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta jump on that one, because we were just talking about serial killers. Remember the dating game? They didn't see them either, and the woman got to pick a serial killer.
I don't know that one.
Look it up. Look it up. Randy Asieta is on death row. I think his name is Randy Asieta. He won in the dating game. He was the one who was picked.
And he was a serial killer.
He
So they didn't do
was
their
a serial.
background?
Yes, he was an active serial killer at the time too. He had already killed some women
Whoa.
prior to that. So, you know.
Well, I would hope Netflix did their research and did their background because, I mean, but at the end, if they, you know, elected to move forward with each other, they did get to meet, and you know, some of them are still going strong.
Bonnie and Clyde is not going to be the first time there are serial killers are matching. Who knows? Everybody had their own kinkiness.
He was, yeah. I mean, Bonnie and Clyde and Carol Fugate and oh God,
the British couple. I never remember the blonde one. Yeah. I've been reading so much about serial killers that all of them come together.
Those are unusual, and there's also Paul. Oh God, I can't remember. Up in Canada, they were a couple too, Carla Homolsky and Paul something. But in general, usually it's one or the other who's the serial killer, and 99% of the time it's the guy.
Oh, I would say that that my hobby is to study serial killers, and I would say women are way more intelligent the way they kill and the way
it's different methodology.
Yeah, so sometimes the women are the surrendered. They pick up the victim because women feel more safe with other women, and they give on the silver plate to the man predator. But the women's are the one who get aroused and observed. So that is another. That is a completely
well, you're talking about another. Are you talking about hybristophiles? You know, who love the serial killers and things? Yeah, sure, absolutely. But in general, okay, women, I would say, are often more effective serial killers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They choose methodology of poison and distance and covering their crime.
Don't use antifreeze; they can be detected.
Well, a lot can be detected anymore.
No, if you know what you're doing. Gavin, where are you? He's the one who told me how to get rid of the bodies.
Oh, hey.
Oh my God. You guys, I'm going to sleep with the light on tonight.
Oh, good.
Oh, by the way, we are live today at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can go to in YouTube and Barbie and the Devil. And we have, by the way, we have a huge problem. I got married to my gay husband, and Barbie got jealous. So we're we're waiting for him to propose to Barbie. So we're gonna be wife sister to a gay husband in London, and we're gonna be talking about the housewife and how it's a big lure, and things are not like they seen. Why men are more visual, why men need to watch other women, but actually men, they don't remember who they watch 15 minutes before, but women get a stick on the head. And another one, we have a live reading. So it's going to be a really good show for the end of the year. So if for any reason you're alone in your house or you're with your partner and you're going to have a blast, grab a drink. See you 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. For us and YouTube for Barbie and the Devil.
Perfect.
I'm excited. I'm going into 2021, maybe in an engaged woman.
Oh, who knows?
Good. 2 beards.
Yeah. Well, actually, probably more than that. I already have a gay husband, so.
Yeah.
So you're collecting?
I am. And probably the first thing I'm going to do once like everything is over and we can go out safely without a mask is I'm going to go to the ATM. I'm going to get a ton of ones. I'm going to go to the Abbey and I'm going to make it rain on the go-go dancers.
Okay, that works. And actually,
and people keep asking who's the naughty one.
Oh, well, it's always the one who seems innocent.
Mm-hmm. I'm very innocent.
Yeah, sure.
As you guys sidebar about how to, cover up a body.
Yeah, we're trying to cover up the body you created.
Oh, by the way, can you pull the Bill Jones message about Susan need to let her guard down?
Sure.
Like, I have my guard down. The problem is I'm too tall, so never down enough.
Oh,
sometimes she wears her dress backwards.
Here's a good one too. Blue Smoke brought up a great point. More men get caught doesn't mean that more men are serial killers.
Here we go. Blue Smoke, I already met you, so yeah, you're right. Believe it or not, men. Okay, we're gonna go to 3 statistics. We're gonna go geeky. Men commit suicide for impulse. Women go to the hairdresser, do their nails, they leave everything prepared. Like men are more spontaneous. Women are more calculated. Women kill you slowly and painfully. They're gonna make you suffer. Them like they're
and
more
other women too.
Yeah. So they kill other women, or they kill. We have a case where jealousy that we're going to be talking about, but women are going to make you die slowly. They're not going to shoot you. Women never commit suicide with a gun. It's really difficult. You're going to see a woman committing suicide with a gun because they don't want to get deformed. Men shoot their head. So women going to do it like Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet, by the way, should be erased from every book reading with nobody who is not 21, because they don't have the mentality to understand that suicide is not the reason. But the point is, women are going to try to get pristine and look awesome in the bed. So if you see, one of the things that you see is when you are called in a scene where it was a supposedly women's suicide and is violent, it says, I smell foreplay, take a look. And I would say 99% of the cases were proof that there was instigated. Women try to commit suicide peacefully and beautiful, but when they need to kill, they're way more voracious than men, and they want to see you pain, and they want to see twisting yourself. They're way more vicious than men are.
True. I think the only times guns are used with women in general are
self-defense.
They'll shoot in the chest. No, I mean, if suicide, there are a few that they've shot the chest, but they definitely are not big on messing up their face.
Yeah,
at all. So a chest, maybe. Slicing the wrists is good because, hey, that probably loses a little weight at the same time. I'm not trying to be disturbing, but there is a factor
you guys,
there.
I am scarred for life now.
Oh, please. You're just taking notes.
Oh my God,
So
no.
I have the question for you then.
I
I've got a good Barbie question. What is it that you wish you knew when you were younger that you know now?
What is it that I wish I knew? I wish I knew like what I deserve, you know. I think sometimes growing up, you lose your identity, or you don't know who you are exactly, and you have society giving you all these different messages of how you should be, and you know, you should be married by a certain age, and you should, you know, have 2.5 kids and a picket fence and a dog, and you know, I think that's something that I would definitely tell my younger self is like, it's okay to be patient and to discover who you are first, and to feel confident in that, and then to, you know, offer that out to the world, and, you know, find somebody who's equally, you know, yoked, if you want to say it, or, you know, at the same level in life, versus trying to rush it all, you know. Like I look at Susan, and I know she's not married, but does that make her any less successful? Does that make her any less, you know, fabulous? No, absolutely not. And I think that's been one of the, you know, tools that we've really bonded over. Oh, see, I love her because she's a role model. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is a role model. Oh, stop it. But I think that there's not a lot of role models out there of women who, you know, aren't those things, aren't mothers, aren't, you know, wives, you know. We need those type of, you know, role models to emulate, and to realize it's okay, and there's nothing wrong with us if we're single.
Fair point. Susan.
I think that still we have that stigma that women, before my dad died a year ago, I remember the last conversation I had, and like, honey, when you gonna have a man taking care of you? Like, Dad, I was taking care of my Looney Tune husband for so long. I finally taking care of myself. I don't need another person to make me happy. I need to be happy by myself. Whoever come on the road, great. Maybe it doesn't come. I met the love of my life. I was completely in love, and everything that I dreamed and more, I found it. He died 3 years ago. So it's going to be almost 3 years. Like now, yeah, it's already been 3 years. So I know it can happen. He wasn't my husband. It wasn't anybody that I dated later. It's somebody that I dated for 2 years, and he died 3 years ago. So I know that it's possible. I know that it exists. It took me a long time to heal for that because he died tragically, and it took me long because everything that I was looking, and even though things that I didn't look for, I was fine in only one person. So I know I have the capability to love. I have the capability to be loved. I know that what I'm looking in a partner, it exists and can be happen. There were other circumstances, but one of the things that I would tell to myself is, when they told you, I was raised in Latin America, educated in Europe. So in Latin America, when you finish high school is like, the only thing is like, oh, you're going to go to the university to find a husband. Like, no, I'm not looking to have a husband. The fight with my family for being Jewish. Oh, you need to have kids. Like, you're not a good Jew because you don't have kids. Like, what about if I'm conscious enough to understand that I'm not going to be the kind of mother that I wanted to be because I'm selfish and I want to have a career. So I prefer to acknowledge that, to know that, instead to have a kid and ruin their life because their mother is going to be really selfish. So I understood. And when my biological clock came in, like, I went through therapy and like, I want to know if I'm doing the right decision. And after 6 months, he says, like, you don't have any hair in your body to be a mom. You're an amazing aunt. You like animals. You are being really conscious to make the decision. So nobody needs to get married to be complete. Nobody can make you happy. You don't need to have kids because of religion, of society pressure. Sometimes it's better to wait and make the right decisions and determine who you are, how happy you are, before to bring somebody else in the world. Because I know a lot of people who have kids to save their marriage. Now you have 3 people in therapy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and a point of clarification, Bill Jones wants us to know that Bonnie and Clyde were not serial killers. That is true. They would probably qualify more as spree killers.
Yeah, correct.
They were bank robbers first, or just robbers. They were very vile individuals, and they both enjoyed killing a great deal and did it for sport. And I would say probably more of a spree killer, if we're going to get technical.
Yeah. So what is the definition as serial killer? When they do it for pleasure or they do it for sport?
Well, I mean, sport is pleasure sometimes, right? A serial killer, I believe, is now FBI definition, like 3 or more killers who are killed in a sequence, but away from one another, or at different times or dates. A spree killer, it would be, like the Las Vegas Killer is a spree killer. Everybody's shot at once, and that's a big difference. Or a mass killer, again, all at once. A typical serial killer, there's going to be different times, but there's a separation between them.
Oh, come on. It's Blue Smokey. He says, Dexter is my hero. Come on. Blue Smokey.
Oh, hey, why not?
I have his books. I read the books first. Most people doesn't know it's a series of books.
Yeah, I did. I didn't care for the book. I read the book. A bad comparison or odd comparison to that is I read the book Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is one of my favorite movies, and the book is mean. It is the meanest, horrible book ever, and the author is so obnoxious that I could tell his writing when he was doing something else. It's like he is smug magnified. Every word that oozes from his pen is just callous. The principle of Forrest Gump was, wouldn't it be funny if there was a retard who just fell into everything? And it's the cruelest. It's mocking.
It's not the hero journey on the book. It's not the hero journey. It's
mocking.
It's kind of mimicking and making fun of people with certain retardation.
Oh yeah.
The book is like, I read the first 2 2 chapters. I think I burn it when I need to do barbecue. That's what I did with the book. That's what a good producer and a casting member and the one who make the adaptation of any book is the one who make a killer movie or they kill the movie.
Yeah. And this is one of those cases, I can countless times say movie wasn't as good as the book, or they didn't follow the book, but thank God they didn't follow the book, because the movie is wonderful. It's hero's journey. You're right. It's a great thing. And also it is taking the premise of the book and flipping it on its head. It is saying, taking somebody who is challenged and how their view of the world is so much more noble and honorable in a lot of ways than ours.
And when we talk about challenge, what are challenge? All of us have a challenge. I was dyslexic. I am dyslexic, and I was told a challenge that I'm never going to make it. Barbie, it's in LA, is blonde. She should be married. And I'm sure you're challenged because a lot of things that maybe your family, your friends, or your significant ones are expecting for you, that maybe they're not the thing that you're expecting. So everybody have a challenge in life. Is the hero journey that we choose to conquer that. And at the end, we are our own hero. We need to be happy with ourselves.
Barbie, why LA?
That's the question everybody does.
You know, I've always lived in California, and I don't live in like LA proper, like the city.
San Bernardino or something.
I live in Redondo Beach. Are you familiar with that? So, I mean, yeah, I love the ocean. So I will say, like, I never miss, you know, an opportunity to catch a sunset, and I will never take that for granted. But I love it here, and I'm close to family. I live close with my, you know, to my brother. He and I are very close, and I don't think you can, you know, trade that for the world. So.
Okay. Well, my wife would say you're on the wrong coast.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to convince her to move here. And actually, we have one of our guests, Dion, says like, and by the way, you said, Barbie, most of your friends in Chicago has found love. And you need to have a stable, good man. The ones in California, I know they look amazing on the bathing suit, but on the table,
yeah, which is funny. Like, I mean, you know, whatever. He looks good in a bathing suit. Oh well. Like, you know, again, I'm more like Samantha. I like the mind, but I would agree. You know, I've vacationed a couple of times in Nashville, and what I will say is the men there are such gentlemen, and you know, you barely make it to the bar, and you know, three of them are trying to buy you a drink, and you know, everybody.
Tell me again so I can go.
Nashville, yeah, so much fun.
Well, cowboy country. What do you expect, Susan?
Well, I like it tall, chubby, bald, blue eyes. So I don't have a lot of competition. Nobody wants the one I want. So, like, yeah, I'm safe.
And who do you like there?
Oh. What about chocolate?
Yeah, I'll say, hey, I'm a matchmaker, right? I'm gonna set you guys up.
Yeah, set me up. Yeah, I like tall, dark, handsome. I like athletic build, you know.
NFL.
Yeah, I want like a retired NFL player. That'd be perfect.
Okay.
Putting it out there to the universe. Yeah. I mean, just somebody who wants to, you know, run some football drills on the weekends and wants to go play some cornhole with me at the tailgate. Yeah. Barbie is a little bit of a tomboy.
Oh, she is a tomboy.
Yeah.
And there's no double entendres there.
Oh, wait. What is the football league, fantasy league that you play? We had been on the show live, and she's with the cell phone, like, dude, we're in the show. Like, wait a minute, my fantasy league is playing right now. Like,
I have my
you see?
They're easily accessible. Yeah, I'm a huge Chargers fan. I've had season tickets for 8 years. So, you know, being at a game, it's my happy place. That's all I want is a man to go with me on Sundays and, like, you know, live out. That's my fantasy. Okay. That is my fantasy. But yeah, I'm proud to say that my fantasy football team, Eyes Up Here Boys, took third. I won third this year. I'm trying to win first. I'm in a league with all dudes, and this was supposed to be my year, and I really screwed it up. I blame it on Keenan Allen. So.
Okay, what's really sad is that I'm the guy in the middle. I have no freaking idea who you're talking about.
Wait. I think, okay, that's my concept of sport. If it's summer, I'm going to see baseball, and I'm going to be in the last row. So when the guys take the shirts, I can have a visual. But for me, baseball is so boring. They play in pajamas. I'm going to hockey because I like to observe the crowd, how violent they go. But it's a big microscope. Beside that, and the hot dog, no way you're going to get me in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll get her in the stadium.
Well, I like the mass concept, like to see the people interacting. And by the way, the beer is not cheap, so I need to rethink that.
I'm friends with the bartender, Jarvis.
Oh, you see? Good call.
Okay, I'm going to close out
Always.
with one question.
Uh-oh. Oh my God, Eric,
Susan.
your close question.
I'm
Like,
scared. If it's about murder, I'm gonna fail.
Oh, no, it could be. Susan,
yes, sir.
what is the one thing that you've learned from Erin?
To be more patient. No, because she needs me to be more patient. But when you have been a profiler for 30 years and you like move next, she is like, but what about feelings? Like, what? Feelings? Where that is located? I've been told for a long time by a lot of people that I work, like, when you die, I want your heart because you never use it. Did use it and I use it, but I'm really selected with the people that I use it. And she showed me the things that even can, and I know I'm going to be criticized for this, that even can be ridiculous. Like, oh my God, you're going to kill for the dude? Or you're going to kill because a girl leave you? She taught me that some people care about their relationships more than I care. And for a long time was about like, I need to be successful. Feelings get in my way. I don't need them. And I think in part was blinded because I love them and I was the love of my life in a tragic accident. So I forgot about that. So she helped me to like, you know what? There are people who have problems and emotion that maybe for you are not important, but that are for them. And I want to do this show to help them. And like, shit, I forgot that I have a heart and I need to exercise it and help other people to do better. So she make me better every day. And I'm so happy that we are in this team. And I couldn't pick any other person to do this show because we have a freaking blast.
We do.
Erin, what have you learned from Susan?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I could summarize it quickly, but one of the most important things I think that's come up as a theme over and over again is to believe in yourself. And Susan has taught me that it doesn't matter what any outside noise is saying. It doesn't matter what people think. If you have a vision and you have heart and you have hard work and determination, you can accomplish anything. And she is living proof of that. I watch it and see it every single day. She has an idea, and the next thing I know, we are living out that idea. And it has been the most fun journey that I've probably ever been on. And I'm telling you, I you know, in the beginning, I was like, I felt so honored that she, you know, chose me. And I was like, why? Nobody else wants me. Why do you? But, you know, she reminded me that, you know, we're so similar, yet we're so different. And we just honestly do fit together like two little puzzle pieces. So I'm so thankful she swiped right. I'm so thankful you played Cupid, Eric. And yeah, I just can't wait to see like where this journey takes us.
By the way, we have producer contact us from radio, Sirius Radio. So if you're a producer, you can get on the list. We already have people talking to us to get a radio show two times a week, because apparently we kind of hit it on the pot. The chemistry between us is something that you cannot fake. And we have been given some advice from some producers. They want us to do a radio show. So I'm really proud of what we have done, because
So I'll be getting a royalty check in the mail.
probably. So neither of us can be replaced. You can replace everything on the show, but the chemistry that we have naturally between us and respect. First of all, respect, love, and passion about what we do cannot be replaced. And I'm so proud of the product that we have, and I hope that people like it too.
All right. Well, everybody can get a taste of it tonight, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Central.
You see, my tail is excited. Nobody saw my tail.
And I have my boyfriend. I don't know if you guys saw him.
Oh,
You see, Malibu bitch. And who the heck drink rosé? Woman, I told you, drink white or red, no rosé. Rosé's in the middle.
It matches my outfit.
Oh God, pink.
And my nails.
well, perfect. And folks, if you've enjoyed this and you're not already subscribed, please consider. I see the bot that I programmed earlier has been quite persistent. I think I need to work on the programming on that.
You have a bot.
So I'm terrible at asking, so I've got a bot to possibly nudge, but it's nudging a lot. I'm like, oh God, I'm spamming my own chat. So I've got to work on that. And in the interim, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, and have a happy new year. I hope to see everybody tomorrow and the next year and beyond.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Erin.
you, Eric.